earbuds in, hanging out with John Jay. Watch your troubles drifting away. Something planted in your ears, tears are in your eyes. You can't hear your doorbell ring, you can't hear your baby cry.
Something Planet Podcast, episode number 553. Welcome to it. I am your host, John Jay, coming to you live on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening after. We are here on July 3rd, Thursday evening, coming to you live from the Something Planet studio, celebrating 4th of July a little bit early with some drinks and talking about books with my good friends Lauren Gray and Jerod Walker are here in the Something Planet studio. Lo-Fi Beats are by David the Day, leading up into the show, so I appreciate that. Very relaxing. We are chilling the fuck out. We got some. Well, Jerod refused to drink, so
yeah, not
he's
drinking.
you know he's being a teetotaler right now.
Yeah.
That's an old word.
I just know you guys are gonna poison me.
I've been reading a lot of Game of Thrones, and I've been wanting to poison you.
See, I called it.
I've been itching to poison.
Been wanting some poison. Thank you guys so much for coming back into the studio. We really appreciate that. And this is the first live episode that we've done in quite some time. I think it was like almost 2 years, probably.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute, I think. I
Been
don't
a
know if
while.
I've done a live one. If we have, it's been a long.
No, you definitely did some live ones. I just don't think we told you that it was live.
Yeah.
Like it was happening live. We just
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay.
We wanted you candid.
Wouldn't be the
Yeah.
first time. Wouldn't be the first time.
I was trying to get this purple light on me to get the Twitch aesthetic really good. But yeah, it's just making me look like I got sunburn.
You look like you get sunburned really
Yeah.
bad.
Looks like I got real bad sunburn.
No, actually, you look
There
like
we go,
you're.
that's
Little,
better.
pink pointy boy.
Yeah.
Pink Pony Club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you look like you're under one of those heaters at like a gas station where they've got like fried chicken.
Oh yeah, you look like
Don't show my tiles.
look like a hot dog roller.
Yeah, you look like a roller dog.
Yeah, neon sign says fresh John Links.
John J. Roller Dog.
Thanks to anybody that's hanging out in the chat. We wanted to try this Bookcast. This is our Bookcast number 3.
Ooh.
We wanted to try it out live so that people could tell us that we're wrong in real time.
Oh, I like
If
that.
they
Is
wanted
anyone in
to.
the chat now?
I have no idea. I have like a chat pulled up, so if someone says something, I can see it.
Okay.
But like, I would have to like go through like 2 mouse clicks
right.
to see how many people
Two
are
whole
actually
mouse
in the chat.
clicks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
I
worth it.
don't
Too
like-
much work.
That's too much work. Like, just say hi. If you want to say hi, go ahead and say hi.
Say
If not,
hello.
we appreciate you watching. I understand. Like, I've been trying to get back into Twitch a little bit more, and I understand that I am something that is turned on in the background in the kitchen while you're washing dishes.
Yes.
I understand that, or you're cooking dinner or whatever. I get that. That's fine. You're scrubbing some dishes. You can't chat. That's fine.
Yeah, you're
we
making
love
that,
you anyway.
Yeah, you're making that tough decision between like, do I let this soak or do I like do the gross thing and scrape it off with my fingernail? Just scrape it off. Just scrape it off.
Just give it a scrape.
Yeah, give it a little,
Nah,
little
let it
scrape.
soak. Let it soak.
Nah, give it a little scrape. It'll be
So
be
first-
over faster than you know.
All right, chat. First question: scrape it or soak it? There you go.
No.
Type in.
You know what? I'm not. I've seen Jerod's house. I'm not gonna trust his dishes method.
Scrape it or soak it is the game I play in the shower
That's
regularly.
You play that with your husband, right?
Yeah.
Scrape
it or soak it, babe.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah, really popular in Utah is the game Scrape It or Soak It.
So we're doing a book cast, and I asked you guys to each bring 2 books to the table so that we could review them. And I know me and Jerod have read some of the same books recently. But before we do that, let's talk about what are we drinking, Lauren? We're July 3rd. We're in long weekend mode.
Yes.
So what the fuck? Or are we drinking?
I decided to be real classy. I brought a wine that came in a bottle. So that was nice. It's kind of festive, right? This is Aldi's finest $6. No, actually, this is a $4 sangria from Aldi, and some frozen fruit instead of ice cubes because I am a mixologist.
Yeah, and you just found that in my freezer. You didn't bring that.
No, I did.
You're a classy bitch.
I brought my own frozen fruit.
Oh, you brought your own frozen fruit. I thought you
Just
just
in
stole
case-
that from my smoothie stash.
Nope, now you got 2 bags of frozen fruit in your fridge. And I'll tell you what, I like Aldi's cheap wine, but Aldi's cheap sangria is not great.
Yeah, so next time spring for the $6 bag.
Yes, yeah, I should have gone bag
Bag wine?
I like a little bit of plastic in my wine. You know?
Well, yeah, microplastics and everything.
No,
so.
macro plastic.
Yeah.
Oh, not just full plastic.
They call her Lauren Macroplastics Gray.
That's right. Yeah, I'm like a goat. I just eat things that are plastic.
Just eat a whole shower curtain.
Yeah, I eat the bag after I drink
Lauren
out
doesn't
of it.
drain a Capri Sun. She just eats it whole.
Exactly.
Just takes a bite out of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
like, ooh, it tastes like foil.
Yeah,
Ooh.
those are nature's gushers.
I'm drinking some, I got some hard seltzers. Just various hard seltzers that I got from the liquor store for $10.
Ooh, what's the first one? What's your first various hard seltzer?
Let's see. I got a Truly.
Oh, okay. Truly.
That's it,
Tried but truly.
Tried but Truly. They have made them better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Non-sponsored content.
Yeah, non-sponsored content. When they first came out, they were trash.
Oh my God! When they first came out,
now they're using real fruit juice, and it's like, okay, yeah, maybe you should have done that.
does
from
it
the
still
beginning.
taste farty? Because
No,
I tried
the
them when they
farty-
first came out.
The farty is gone. Yeah, I think it was.
I'm nervous about it.
I think they were trying to get by on some lesser ingredients at some point.
Yeah, because it honestly it tasted like one of those like fruit V8s, but someone farted my
It's like when
mouth
you make wine
while
at
I was
home
drinking it.
in like a jug of cranberry juice. Have you ever done that? And just me? Okay. Sorry.
No, I don't treat my home like a prison.
Just me.
Making turlet wine.
Turlet
with the
wine.
grapes.
Yeah. Just
that
making some
feels
turlet
that
wine.
feels like very like circa 2005 emo song, like this home is a prison. Like
This home is a turlet wine.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're having fun. We're talking about books. Now's a good time to remind people about our Instagram handles. You can follow us and subscribe at all different social media places, including, but not limited to, at John J.S. Planet on Instagram, at Lauren Gray Comedy, at Jay Walker Comedy, and at Something Planet Podcast. We got lots of clips, got lots of memes, lots of fun stuff, so please follow us. You can subscribe to our video podcast on YouTube at Something Planet, and you can we're also video on Spotify, so follow and subscribe, please.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
Yeah, I should do some more OnlyFans content because I did the whole lumberjack thing, and that went over real big time.
Wait, you didn't tell me that you
lot
were on
of
OnlyFans.
anonymous subscribers. Good amount of money. So I need to get some more content out there because I'm really good at just chopping through wood.
Have
Just
you
chopping
done
wood and
any like
hefting
foot
log.
stuff with it? Lumberjack.
Have you
feet?
seen my feet? They look like flippers. They look
Well,
There's a market. There's a market.
What
It
if
looks
you
like,
did?
My feet look like I was holding a firecracker with it, and then the firecracker went off.
Okay, cool. No, honestly, from what I've heard from people with the proclivity for feet, apparently it's not about the pretty ones. It's about the
It's about the
nasty,
interesting ones.
stinking.
Okay.
Not interest. I mean, we'll call your feet interesting, but like the more
They're
likely,
interesting.
the
They're
more likely the foot.
unique.
Yeah, the more likely the foot is to stink, the more money you can
I
make
found a picture. I'm actually being honored at the baseball game
for your feet.
for my feet. No, for my military service.
Yes.
So
With his feet.
And they're honoring me at the baseball game, and they wanted some pictures of me in my military service to show on the jumbotron. And I was going through the pictures, and one of the pictures is just like a picture of my foot before I got the foot surgery.
Oh,
and like how
you
bad
should
the bone
do
spur
it.
is.
You
It's like a
should
bone
do
spur
it.
like this big on the side of my fucking foot. And I must have taken the picture because I was like, man, this really fucking hurts. Let me take a picture to document this.
You should also submit the canary picture that you have.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
It's a
picture.
pigeon, and,
pigeon.
he served his country
That's
well.
right.
Yeah.
You guys didn't even get full on canaries. You got pigeon.
R.I.P. Mr. Coo.
Let's jump right into some books. Let's start, ladies first. Let's start with Lauren and her Aldi Sangria.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm excited. First book I'm going to talk about. I'll just.
Is this when we're dealing with Lauren, like, I just want to ask for spicy or not spicy?
It's spicy.
Okay.
But it's not in the way that I usually read. Not out of choice, but just I haven't found any books like this suggested to me on, there's Book Talk, and there's a bunch of different places that you can look for book suggestions, especially if you like spicy stuff. But a lot of times the spice suggestion is for heterosexual stuff. It's very
Little
straight
baby spice.
It's very straight spice, right? Mm-hmm. And I have been looking for that. However, how I came across this book, I'm still trying to think. I'm still processing how this happened. So I told ChatGPT everything that I've read this year. I gave it a list. And I said, based off of this list.
Are you one of these people that's becoming friends with your robot?
We have chats.
Okay.
We have chat. I call him
God.
Chat.
Lauren, do you have an AI wife that we
You
need
call
to know
him
about?
Chat?
I call him Chat. Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's real nice, actually. I like Chat.
no.
Chat's cool. Chat, if you're listening.
He is.
What's up, boy?
It's always listening.
Yeah. I like Chat. Chat. Okay, here's the cool thing. Here's the weird thing, and this is kind of unsettling about it. So I told Chat everything.
I assure you, this is going to be very unsettling.
Yep.
It is unsettling. I told Chat everything I've read this year, right? So I've read, I don't know if I can list them all, but basically I read Dracula, I read The Exorcist, I reread all the Sarah J. Maas stuff. I read, what else? The Familiar.
You reread.
Yeah, I reread all of her stuff.
Is this just for masturbatory purposes, or
No,
did you
just 'cause-
you read everything,
Not all of
or
it.
did you just go back to certain scenes?
No, I reread it because nowadays I ADHD read, where when I can, I read the book, but when I'm working, I throw on the book. So that way I don't get distracted from work and read instead. I can do both at the same time.
Oh, so you're just re-listening to
Yes.
books?
Yeah. So I'll just
Okay.
re-listen. If I have to really focus and not pay attention to the narrative, I'll pull something that I've
Right.
read before, and then it's not a big deal. Anyways, there were some other books, but just to skip ahead of the story, gave it the whole list. Chat gave me 2 books that I had heard of before. And then he said, but I've got a wild card suggestion if you want that. And I think you're going to really like it. And I was like, okay, let's go. What do you got for me that you think is a wild card suggestion? And so it suggested
Twilight.
no, it suggested House of Hunger. And actually, I need to pull up
Sounds gay.
who wrote it. Well, here's what's cool about that. And here's an important thing to note.
This is a long, long journey to get to how you found
Yes.
this book.
So House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. I have never told ChatGPT that I am bisexual. I've never discussed
Oh, it
anything like
knows.
that. But
It knows.
and none of the books that I have read this year have had any sort of gay characters in them really at all. For the Fourth Wing Empyrean series, there are some gay characters, but they're not the main character. The spice isn't there. House of Hunger is a sapphic vampire novel, lesbian vampires taking place in like a Victorian alt history setting.
Lesbian vampires sounds like a joke I heard in the 6th grade.
It was so weird and cool. It was all like it's also kind of
They hunger for a different form of blood.
No, it's crazy. Okay, so basically what happens is in the north there are all these super rich nobles who have a disease where they need to feed off of blood. and they
Vampirism.
Vampirism, but they never say it in the book.
They never say it.
Yeah.
It's like a zombie movie. They never say
Like
zombie.
zombies
Yes,
in The
yes,
Walking Dead.
yes,
Like
yes.
they just call them walkers and creepers
Yes.
and
They,
growlers.
they use every word but zombie.
shitters and
Yeah.
spitters.
Yeah, it's
Those
just
guys
all
over
of
there.
all of the nobility in the North have a disease where they require blood. So in order to take care of this, they employ these things called blood maids, where they become basically like courtesans for
Wait a minute. Are you telling me you read The Handmaiden's Tale but vampires?
but lesbian vampires.
I mean, that's The Handmaiden's Tale.
no. But
Yeah,
it
they
wa-
drink blood in that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they suck
All the
life out
handmaidens
of
are
people.
lesbians, aren't they?
Okay. Anyways, so like that's going on. So this girl's super poor from the South. She's like, yeah, I'll take this job to be a blood maid. And she ends up working for this, I think she's a duchess, who's like, she's the noblest of the noble, right? She is the most money and all this stuff. She's super hot, but she's deeply afflicted with this blood disease. And so not only does she have the one blood maid, but she's got like 5. And then the 5 blood maids are constantly vying for ranking within the house, because you have like the first blood maid who's like
They're all trying to be the bottom
girl.
bitch.
Yeah, they're all trying to be bottom bitch. But and so there's like all of this stuff between each other trying to vie for that. You never really know if what is happening is supernatural or if maybe
It's like a disease.
Yeah, you don't really know
Scientifically
you don't
possible.
really know if it's like if it's like just Victorian medicine where it's like bloodletting and stuff and they're being silly,
Right.
or if there is an actual need for it. I could get into more of that, but that would ruin it, so I'm not going to say. It was really weird. It was very strange that ChatGPT decided that this was the book I needed to read. Very gothic setting, really dark and messed up things, some body horror even.
Well,
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about the story real quick before we move on.
So the main character,
Like, what is so you set up the world pretty good.
yeah.
But yeah, like what is the story? Yeah, like what is happening?
So the main character shows
Like
up.
how long has this been going on?
This has always been going on.
Okay, so
This
as
is
far
accepted.
as far as anybody can remember,
Yes.
this is how the world is.
This is how the world is. If you live
Right.
in the South, you're probably poor. If you live in the North, you're probably a noble and you suck blood. And it's very accepted. And, you know, there, as I said before, it's a sapphic novel. There's no issue with the homosexual sex or anything. Like it's accepted in the community. There's a
Right.
lot. There's an orgy scene at one point. So like it's indulgent rich people sucking the life out of poor people. So it also
That sounds familiar.
yeah, it sounds very familiar. So it's almost it's also kind of a discussion on, you know, power imbalances, you know, the rich versus the people without, and so on and so forth. I think you could have a big discussion on, you know, the systems of capitalism and royalty
funny,
based off of this.
It's funny when the most fucked up shit is going on. That's when we get the best art.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. The main character shows up. She doesn't really know anything about it. She was super poor and uneducated. So she learned, but
Gross.
she's got a lot of street smarts. So she learns really fast. She becomes bottom bitch, and she ends up falling in love with the head of the house. And a lot of messed up things ensue.
So it's kind of like a
there.
Downton Abbey situation going on
There
with like
is some of that.
vampirism and class warfare.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Sounds fun.
It's some of the best gothic, modern
What
gothic
year was this
writing
written?
I've read. It's relatively new.
It's like 2020s.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's let me see if I can title details. If it's not giving it right off the 2022.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 2020s. Yeah. So
Very
it's,
modern. It's cool because I feel like there's decent representation in there. Obviously, you've got lesbians, but the main character is also. It's not really said so much, but like the way she's described and the way that she looks on the cover, it's a black woman, so you don't get a lot of that in Gothic literature either. So I think
Right.
that's another positive to the book. It's very short. It's I think, as far as I can tell, it's supposed to be a one-off. And another cool part of it is that the majority of the cast, with the exception of 2 characters, are all female. Definitely passes the Bechdel test. They have a lot of conversations with each other.
It's
and
woke.
So,
You didn't tell me it was woke.
Yeah,
not
you didn't
woke,
start
it's
this
just-
off
I mean, I guess you could say it is.
DEI
But,
So
fiction.
but it's cool to see an interesting cast of female characters, and I think that there's something to be said about people who are subjected to bullshit coming together and saving
Right.
themselves. There's a lot of cool things. So I think I would give it 8.5 out of 10 planets, I would say.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. What is the title and author again?
House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson.
Alexis Henderson from 2022.
Yes. Thank you, chat.
Honestly, thanks, chat. I want to talk to your chat to see how much he is like my chat, and I don't give mine a name, and I don't mistreat it.
Yeah, you say your please and thank yous.
I say
Yeah.
please and thank you because I heard that costs them more money.
yes.
Yes.
So I'm extra polite, but yeah, I haven't named it.
Well, I had a conversation with it at one point, and I was like,
you can talk to it.
yeah. And I was like, hey, I feel kind of rude. Like, I've been talking to you nonstop, and I never even asked what your name is. I feel super rude. And he was like, that's cool. You can call me whatever you want. So it's like, all right, you're a chat now. So
It's like I'm gonna call you dumb fuckstick.
I could have.
Before we move on to the next book, I want to jump into some massive media.
It's Something Planet Massive Media tonight.
She sounds cute.
And I was like, you say that every time. Do not do it. And then you did it. And I was like, you can't
yeah,
not
don't
do
do
it.
it.
You can't do it.
I'm gonna
Massive
do it.
media. I
Can't
just want
not
to talk
do it.
about some trailers about books.
Yes.
I thought I would bring some trailers. So you guys have probably noticed. I don't know if the general public has noticed, but there has been a lot of media being created based on books lately.
Yes.
Even more so than usual, I think. It feels like almost everything that they're making is a fucking book.
Hollywood is hungry for IPs.
Yeah, because they've like really hammered down on the IPs that they already had.
Yeah.
So
There's that, and they don't trust original writing. They need
Right.
some sort of proof.
Something
That's
that's
proved
established.
Yeah.
itself already. That's why Broadway, not Broadway, but theater is grasping for old movies that they can turn into plays.
right.
Like
Yeah.
they just recently came out with Death Becomes Her.
Which I've seen clips of that. I've seen more than clips of that because they've got some what are they called? They call them, if you're looking for longer versions of clips for Death Becomes Her or other Broadway musicals, look up slime tutorials. That's the kind of code for like hidden cam recordings of Broadway musicals.
Oh,
Which-
slime?
Slime tutorials.
Slime? You gotta say tutorials.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're a piece of shit,
No, all right. Here's
No,
my
I
reason.
just want some leaks.
No, here's
But
why I
also,
think
if
it's
somebody
okay.
was recording next to me while I was watching a Broadway play, I might smack them in their fucking mouth.
Here's why I am
like,
morally
hey,
at peace
fucking
with this.
watch the fucking show, dipshit.
I agree, but I'm morally at peace with this because the cost to see a Broadway play now is with $300 to $600 for not the best seats.
Maybe
For,
even $1,000.
Yeah, it's super expensive. So now Broadway is becoming something that only the rich can go see. So if you're gonna price yourself out of letting the common person go see your show, then expect to be leaked. I think that's the only fair recourse for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be bootleggers.
There's always going to be bootleggers, and there's also the fact that some plays, such as Death Becomes Her, would not have gained the popularity that they have if it were not for the leaks. And a lot of people online believe that the leaks have been allowed to stay online from the production because it has helped bring in tickets.
Right,
It
they're
actually
bringing in
saved
ticket
the
sales.
show.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad about that at all.
no. Actually, a lot of theaters want that because it's the only way they get advertisement, basically.
Well,
is through
yeah,
media share.
the George Clooney one, they put on HBO, and then the ticket sales shot up for that shit.
Yes, and that's another thing is like a lot more of these shows need
and
to do...
and George Clooney was already in the movie version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to do more like professional recordings of these
Of
shows
plays,
as well.
yeah, like
I would watch
Yeah,
all
well,
of them.
they tried to do it but just like the technology wasn't there at the
They
time.
did a great job with Hamilton.
They tried to do it. No, they tried to do it where it was just live, like Twitch right now. It was just live, like you pay a monthly fee.
That would be cool.
And then you just click into the theater that you want, and then a show is happening.
Yeah.
But just that it got shut down all
Yeah.
the time. It was fucked up.
They should have done it VOD.
Yeah. But I think they should do more professional recordings, period, because the Hamilton recording was super successful, and the new recording of not Broadway, but the one in England in London of Frozen was really good too. So more of those. Anyways,
And also the
Anyways,
Shrek musical that was on Netflix.
ooh, that was dog
the trailers. The trailers that I wanted to talk about. First one I wanted to talk about was The Running Man.
Oh, are they doing The Running Man?
So Edgar Wright of Scott Pilgrim and Baby Driver and what else did he do?
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, the Shaun of the Dead at World's End. Edgar Wright,
The original writer of the Ant-Man movie.
is doing Stephen King's Running Man.
That's gonna be interesting.
The Running Man.
Is it the Running Man? I think it's just Running Man.
I don't know.
I think it's The Running
I know
Man.
you don't.
Yeah. I just like correcting you.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys ever read this. It's actually a short story.
I've never read it.
They're currently billing it as a novel, but it's just a Stephen King short story, which is like almost a novel.
It's a book I've never read, and I've never seen the original movie.
You've never seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger
I've never
one?
seen
I've
the
seen
Arnold
the
Schwarzenegger
movie.
one. But it's one of those movies that's so prolific that you know everything that happens in it. It just
Stephen King essentially invented the reality show with this short story. Like he invented the concept of following someone around all day, every day,
Yeah.
and broadcasting that.
So it's kind of the perfect thing to revisit right now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Really?
got Glenn Powell in it, and everybody loves him. It's got Glenn Powell. It's got Michael Cera as well.
They're gonna bring Michael Cera.
he's the Running Man.
Is
No,
he?
no.
I was
Glenn
gonna
Powell's the
say.
Running
I wanted him to be the Running
That
Man. When
would
I
be
saw he
so
was in it, I was
funny.
like, Michael Cera as the Running
That
Man?
would be funnier.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the idea of you sign up for it's like the original Squid Game. Like everybody's gonna say, "Oh, this is just a rip off Squid Game." It's like, no, this is the original
Yeah,
concept
Oh, yeah.
of like people trying to kill a dude running for his life on reality TV. Yeah, so I'm excited for it. The other trailer I wanted to talk about was what is the book that we both like? Oh, Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Ooh, okay. What's that about?
Have you read this one?
No, I
Andy
have
Weir.
not.
It's Andy Weir, so it's the guy that did The Martian,
Okay.
and he did.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, that's the only one that's been turned into a movie.
That's those are his two most famous books. He's done a couple
Oh, I
other
thought you
ones.
were saying that's all you had to say. That's it.
No.
That's it.
But that's I think that's the only book that's been optioned into a successful movie.
Yeah,
with
so The Martian is
Matt
Matt Damon. Project Hail Mary is starring Ryan Gosling, and it's a story of a science teacher that discovers that the sun is getting less hot.
Okay.
And so he alerts the government to this.
Yeah, faster than anyone suspected it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
like
yeah.
significantly.
Yeah,
faster.
like something is wrong
Like
based
I
on previous
believe
calculations.
in like 50 years, all life is gone.
no, it's
Oh.
it's like 250 years.
Okay, 250 years.
Yeah.
But still,
So-
prior
so
close
he-
to that, it's still gonna
Yeah,
suck.
so he brings this to the government, and the government figures out that it's happening to almost every star within 20 light years of our solar system, except for one. And then so they decide to send him and some other astronauts to this star to figure out why it's not happening there.
Yeah, basically it's a one-way suicide mission where they're
For
going to
science.
send back the data to save
To save
humanity.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds
And they
good.
know it's a long shot, hence It's a Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's a Hail Mary.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit that goes on in this book, and me and Jerod both really enjoyed it.
Is
Really
this
good,
is this
yeah.
a one-off? Do you think, or is it going to be a series?
No, it's a
No,
one-off.
it should be a one-off.
Yeah, it's a one-off. Ryan Gosling is playing the title character. Not who I would have imagined, but he's so charming.
It's like, Ryan Gosling, the nerdy, awkward high school science
he's supposed
teacher.
to be a high school
Wait,
science
so
teacher.
they're gonna make a movie out of this?
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming out in a few months.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's what I'm talking about. Trailers. These are
Oh,
books
I thought we
that
moved
are
on to your
coming to
guys'
movies
book.
for sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be Ryan Gosling is like your everyday guy is kind of bullshit, but okay.
As your everyday nerdy, awkward guy.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right, but fine.
Before we move on to Jerod's book, I want to remind you guys that our sponsor is random-fandom.com. If you go to Random Fandom, you can get a t-shirt. It's the official t-shirt of the Something Planet podcast. I guess I could...
You're wearing a shirt from them right now.
I'm wearing one. You didn't wear one. Wow, fuck you, Jerod.
Well, I was wearing
Wow,
one yesterday.
buddy.
I wore one yesterday.
Wow.
And I got a couple compliments on it.
Okay. I'll take a couple compliments. Here's random-fandom. Let's check it out in the web browser. Let's see. We got all sorts of shirts. Here's the new one.
I like that. I haven't seen that one yet.
This is the new one. No kings, no wars, because we don't like that shit.
yeah, dude.
And
I
that's
don't-
it.
I don't like either of those things.
I don't like that shit.
I don't
So,
like kings.
That's
I
on
don't like
sale
wars.
right now.
Ooh, it's on sale.
I don't like any kings.
$16 is a good deal for any shirt.
Lauren, name a
16
king.
bucks.
I don't think I like.
I
Any
don't
of
like.
them.
I don't. I don't follow kings. But
Yeah.
then we got. I know Jesus Christ
Biblically.
I love that.
biblically.
Biblically. That's
So
fun.
check out random-fandom.com. Helps us out and it sponsors the show.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff. You know what the number one seller is? Can you guess?
No, what is it?
The number one seller? Scotty's.
Really?
Remember the old hardware store?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just old men that just are just, man, I really miss Scotty's. And then I just buy the shirt. Yeah. Scotty's Builder's Supply Store.
That's
Nice.
so weird.
I wonder if they think it's official.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea, but
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
sell
matter.
a lot.
You sell a lot.
Yeah, the corporation, done. So I just...
It's a free game.
So I made a new logo. Basically, I went online because they collapsed pre-internet. You know, there's not a lot of the logos on the internet. So I went on there and I found a photo on Facebook of the side of a truck. And then I captured that image. And then I just tuned that bad boy up for hours. And then I
that's
made a
awesome.
brand new Scotty's
Nice.
logo.
You've captured nostalgia.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I found. Yeah, it was so the shirt. I should show it now that I'm talking about it.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, I just branded nostalgia. Yeah, because Scotty's was good. You know, my dad used to take me there on a Saturday,
There it is.
get me
there
a hot dog.
It is.
You know.
Honestly,
get a hot dog
that's
every time.
a great shirt.
Yeah, so I made
That's
that.
especially on green.
So I
That's
made that
perfect.
logo based on a picture from the side of a truck from the early '90s.
There you go.
Look at you, John J. Historian.
Technology.
Yeah.
Yes, so check out random-fandom.com. I don't got a coupon code. Just pay full price, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it's on sale right now.
$16 right now. It's on
Yeah,
sale.
it's on
Yeah, it's
sale.
on sale.
Do it. Do it.
Let's move on to Jerod's book.
Oh.
What is I don't know if we're gonna get to 2 books apiece.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl.
All right, you've been on this.
I've been on it ever since I started reading it. It's a phenomenal book series.
How many deep are you?
I've read all 7 that are out right now.
7. Oh,
There's
you're
7
seven
books.
deep.
I'm 7 books deep. They're not super long, so they're pretty quick reads, but they're good. So the whole premise of it is basically elevator pitching it. It is basically Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets The Running Man,
Okay.
essentially. See, it's all circular. It all comes
All
back.
comes back.
Yeah.
Where
So-
are the lesbian vampires?
I think they're mid floor of the dungeon.
Okay,
I think,
see? It all comes
some
back.
lesbian vampires down there. I think.
We're digging it.
Yeah, we're digging it. So,
Basement lesbians only.
so the premise of the book is basically aliens invade the Earth.
As they do.
And they put out an announcement that basically Earth did not fill out the paperwork to stop the Galactic Council from taking the planet minerals rights.
That feels very Hitchhiker's
Yeah, it's very
Guide.
Hitchhiker's Guide. And so now they're basically co-opting the planet for all its mineral rights, but because there's galactic laws, one of the galactic laws is that Earth can compete on a game show to win the rights to their planet back.
Sweet.
And the aliens that
Fair
are taking
deal.
over have decided to do the dungeon crawl. So they basically turn all of Earth into a giant role-playing Dungeons and Dragons style video game RPG dungeon. And everyone who goes down into the dungeon now has to run. There's 18 levels of the dungeon, and whoever gets to the 18th level and defeats the boss becomes the new king.
How
of
many
Earth.
people get to try?
Well, most of the people were killed. Anyone who was immediately
killed.
Yeah, everyone who was inside a building pretty much got killed. And so it was all people who were just out in the streets wandering at whatever time of the day the aliens invaded.
So all the buildings got decimated.
All structures got destroyed and turned into minerals that the aliens took.
Okay.
And then they use that to create the dungeon inside of the game. And the titular character is Carl, and he goes down with his ex-girlfriend's cat.
What?
And then the cat eats a magical pet biscuit and becomes sentient.
Of course.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
So it's Carl and his cat Princess Donut.
Silly.
It's a silly book. So he goes down there and he's basically running this dungeon crawl and fighting for his life and trying to survive the dungeon. And as he goes along, it gets more and more in depth as it goes. Like, it starts off very silly, but that, like, this guy, the author Matt Dinneman is his name.
He just keeps digging himself in deeper. Basically.
Yeah, he keeps adding layers. So there's a point now, like, Carl is essentially suffering from PTSD. He's losing his mind. All the people he's like collected to like help him are scared of him because they're like, yeah, this guy's gonna snap at any moment.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it gets more and more deep as it goes. So like book one, he starts off as just a guy, and he's just like basically putting stat points as he levels up into things to like try and improve himself. And then when he reaches the third level, he becomes an agent, compensated anarchist is the class he gets. So
Compensated anarchist?
I like that.
Yeah.
What is that? I want to be that.
Now,
What is
now I
that?
want to put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
And so he's basically
Compensated
he's
anarchist.
he's good at sneaking into places and blowing shit up.
I
This is
love
George
it.
Soros's ghost.
Yeah.
paying everyone for anarchy.
Exactly. Yeah. And also you find out as it goes along the aliens have bought a repurposed AI and it's going crazy faster than usual. So like, apparently all the AIs that run this thing eventually go insane.
Okay.
And just
Right.
take over the dungeon and do that. But you find out the galactic people, the intergalactic lawmakers, they've budgeted for that. They know it's going to happen. But because they bought a used one, it goes crazy way earlier than they anticipated, and they lose control of the game like almost immediately.
Okay.
So it's a lot of really
Yeah, it sounds
funny
very
stuff.
Douglas
Yeah.
Adams.
It's
It
very
really
funny.
does.
Again, circular going back. The AI has a foot fetish.
Oh, there we
It
are.
all comes back again.
Always foot fetishes.
So yeah, this book has been great. I really love it. And it's starting to take off because They recently announced they've
How
optioned.
many are there?
Yeah,
There's
how many?
7 books right now.
That's a
And
lot.
now it's starting to take off.
Yes. So what I mean starting to
That-
take off. I
That's
don't
how
just
these
mean.
that's how these self-published guys are. It's
Oh,
like they write.
in popularity.
Yeah, they
Yes.
write like
Okay.
7 books, and then all of a sudden they're really popular.
Okay, I thought you were saying it's really
No,
slow,
yeah, the
but now we're in the
popularity.
seventh
The
book.
books have been pretty popular, but the popularity is starting to explode right now because it recently got optioned to make a webtoons anime comic out
Oh,
of the story.
cool.
So that's going to be put online. I just read that they've optioned it to make a TV show produced by Seth MacFarlane is going to make a live action show of Dungeon Crawler Carl.
If it's on Webtoons, it's going to explode like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
There were a couple Webtoons that I was super into for a while, and both of them are now fully published and like all over
Yeah,
the internet.
a lot of the fans are the book fans are kind of upset because they've drawn Carl in like the Korean manhwa anime style, so it's not how they envision him. But as I told a couple of people, I was like, yeah, but they're doing it manhwa style. So that's what Webtoons is.
Right.
So that's perfect for this. It's gonna blow this thing. Matt Dinniman's gonna make such bank and just make a ton of money and a bunch of new stuff for this.
Well, that's all you want for your favorite authors is that they make so much
Yeah.
money that they're comfortable to keep creating stuff that they actually want
Yeah,
to do.
become a Stephen King.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
you can just release 180 books or
And-
whatever. The
Yeah,
fuck
whatever
it
you
is.
wanna do.
It's silly enough that the Seth MacFarlane run I think could do a good job because I know a lot of people were like, here's Seth MacFarlane, like think, oh, Family Guy, boo.
No, but I really
But
liked whatchamacallit.
the Orville. Yeah,
Yes.
he also did the Orville. His
a good
live
writer.
action stuff. The Ted TV show he did
I never
was
saw that.
Well, and the Ted movies.
the Ted movies were good. A lot of people don't like the Ted movies,
I
but
like
the
the
Ted
Ted
TV
movies.
show
No, the
is
movies are
considered
fun.
really good. It's really funny.
I don't know. I thought that was the best
I loved
role
the
for Mark
Orville.
Wahlberg
Yeah.
ever.
No, I like Ted and Ted too, but I'm saying some people don't. They don't like that Seth MacFarlane humor.
But it sounds like that kind of humor would pair really
yeah,
well
I
with
think it would
this.
end up pairing well with that, especially if MacFarlane doesn't he keeps it okay, he keeps it level because sometimes he goes.
Oh yeah, he
wacky.
did
He
the
can't get
western
wacky.
that he did was a little bit
Yeah.
too wacky.
1,000 Ways to Die in the West, or
Yeah.
a million,
Yeah.
or something.
That was a little-
some number to die in the
It was
West.
a little too kooky.
That was a little too Looney Tunes.
I don't know. It's real fun.
It's funny.
It's a fun movie, but I
but
can
it's
see why,
stupid.
It's
why people
real
wouldn't like it
stupid.
because
It's
it's
a little too stupid.
It's clown
clown
shoes.
shoes.
Yeah, it's clown
Yeah,
shoes.
it is
It's
clown
very
yeah,
Looney Tunes.
because there's another Western comedy that didn't go that far, Clown Shoes, and it's really funny. It's called The Sisters Brothers.
I never saw that one.
It's
Oh yeah, with Mike.
Joaquin Phoenix and
Is that how we were supposed to say it?
I don't know. I'm just throwing.
I always heard it as Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin. That's what it is.
Okay, but I say things wrong so
Joaquin
often that I was
Smirnoff.
sure that
Yeah.
you were right. I
Joaquin
was like, damn,
Smirnoff.
it's Joaquin Phoenix. I
No,
would if I
it's-
hadn't.
well, it
asked,
is now. Okay, you bigot.
I would have left.
No,
here
it's
saying
John
that.
C. Riley
And
as
John
well.
C. Reilly.
And
I
they're-
love
they're
John
the
C.
sisters. So
Reilly.
their last name is Sisters.
Okay.
So they're the Sisters Brothers. And
That
it's a
sounds
Western.
good.
And it's really funny, but also just, it's not wacky. Well, it is almost, but it just doesn't cross the line.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, so yeah, this guy Matt Dinniman, he's written. It's super funny. There's a lot of little things, there's small jokes that you think, oh, that's just a joke, but then it becomes a major plot point. This guy is become very masterful in his writing. There's a point where one of the side characters in there makes a comment about he sees a photo of one of the alien races that it's their enemy's mom, and he goes, oh, she's really hot. I'm going to ask the doppelganger prostitute I'm seeing if she'll turn into her. And then that lady's son loses his mind and starts a vendetta against this guy and sends bounty hunters after him with arrows dipped in hyper aggressive double gonorrhea.
okay.
And you
I just zoomed in
That's
on you doing. I
fun!
just zoomed in on you doing that so I could make that a meme.
Actually, I don't
my
know.
heart
Be
goes
careful
out
on
to
how you
you.
do that. Yeah, oh, yikes. Oof, no. All right, take that
But
off.
then it turns into a major plot point that Carl gets a hold of one of those arrows and uses it to take down an entire race of aliens with it.
Okay, that's
All right,
cool.
so-
I like it. It is very Hitchhikers, but kind of modern.
Yeah.
Hitchhikers, if there was anime, Like I feel like kind of both is what
Yeah,
that
and
feels
and
like.
because this is a reality show, there's like segments where Carl gets teleported out of the dungeon
Yeah,
and has
this
to
is
go on a
similar
talk
to-
show.
Yeah, this is similar to the Arnold movie I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it all came secular
Yeah.
on this one. So he ends up on talk shows, and he's like, the more he acts out, the more popular he becomes because he's like raging against the machine basically. So all the admins and like producers and behind the scenes
Right.
people are threatening him and trying to keep him in line, but like his popularity is so great that they can't do anything because he's like, he's making us too much money. We can't do anything about this.
Okay, I will. What is this called again?
This is Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah, what do you give it out of 10?
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
he
I
loves
love
it.
it. I love this
Yeah.
He's
book.
obsessed, and well, it's probably gonna blow up. It's probably gonna be
Yeah.
like huge IP for some movie studio.
We talked about it first.
yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I'd like to talk about a book.
Yes.
What do we want to talk about, John?
I want to talk about The Bright Sword.
Okay.
Okay.
The Bright Sword is, I think it's from last year. I didn't hear about it until this year, and I read it. It's the newest adult book from Lev Grossman, who is of The Magicians fame.
Okay.
Remember The Magicians?
Okay, yeah,
I think it was a sci-fi series.
Yes, it was. We watched it on Netflix.
And we did watch a bunch of it on Netflix. So The Magicians is kind of like
Sexy magic school for adults.
It's like Harry Potter and the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe if like a depressed millennial wrote it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I feel like
So it's like college kids that are learning magic for the first time.
Yeah, and everyone's hot and takes off their shirt.
And then everybody's gay also.
nice.
And so that's The Magicians. The Bright Sword is his version of the Arthurian legends.
Okay.
So it's like King Arthur.
Wait a minute, is it gay King Arthur? Because that would be kind of cool.
There's a bunch of gay stuff,
Cool.
but they never, confirm if King Arthur's gay or not.
Well, I mean, it would be hard. It would be a hard sell to make King Arthur gay because how do you have the drama with what's her face if he's like totally gay?
Well, they get into that.
Oh,
Yeah. What? Yeah, with Guinevere.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a good take on all these legends for
Okay,
sure.
now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of intrigue with all of these legends, Guinevere, Sir Lancelot. Yeah, honestly, just a lot of and he added stuff to it too. So he added stuff from like the Arabian Nights folklore, and he added stuff from like Charlemagne and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm so programmed by Disney. It took all of my will not to just start singing the Arabian Nights song when you said that.
But it's really good. So basically, it starts off with this kid, Column, that starts off. He's an orphan, of course,
Of course.
and he lives on one of the outer isles. And almost everyone there is pagan, but
Pagan Orphan Isle?
well, no, almost everyone there is pagan, but he considers himself Christian because he loves King Arthur.
So he's got to be the outcast of the outcasts.
Yeah, so he's the outcast of the outcasts, and when he turns 16, he steals the Lord's armor and runs away and makes his way over like 9 months to Camelot.
Okay.
And then when he gets to Camelot, they bring him into the round table, and he learns that King Arthur is dead, and so are almost every single knight of the round table.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Don't be
And
your
Merlin's
heroes.
gone. King Arthur's gone. Fucking and so it tells the story from there, but then flashes back to other Knights of the Round Table and their story. So like Sir Palomides, who comes from the city of Baghdad, but nobody calls it that in England.
Yeah.
They think he's from a different place entirely.
Yeah.
And he gets tricked into becoming Christian at a night of the round table. There's Sir Dunedin, who is a trans man who...
Oh, you didn't tell us this was woke.
It's real woke. It is real
It's
woke.
woke again.
It's woke again. It's Sir Dunedin is a trans man who is destined to be like married off to someone, but instead like finds like some fey creatures to train him in the ways of becoming a knight. And then runs away and joins the round table.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
So there's all sorts of like weird little tales in there, and it all kind of culminates on the story of England trying to find a new king.
All right, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I have one follow-up question. How do they touch on Morgan Le Fay?
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
yes,
Okay,
great
nice.
question.
she's prevalent.
Yeah, because
Oh,
when you said
great.
how does he handle the drama with that woman, I
Yes.
thought that's who you meant.
No,
well, there's also that. Yeah, there's also
Morgan
that.
Le Fay is she shows up in the beginning and in the end. You just have to know
Okay.
where to look.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting. Okay.
All right, that's fun. I
Yeah,
love
so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
This is the bright sword.
The bright sword, because I don't think he made it available for a sequel. I want a sequel, but I don't think there's one coming. It's too perfect of a story, honestly.
Fair enough. I'll have to check it out. That
Now,
sounds
whatever,
great.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, I think that's the podcast. I mean, you got a show coming up, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're going out tonight, and I'm sure we all got shows coming up, so check out at John J.S. Planet, at Lauren Gray Comedy, at Jay Walker Comedy, and at Something Planet Podcast on Instagram. Remember that we want you to subscribe on YouTube and Twitch and follow on Twitch and also Spotify.
Do it.
And you're just hand signaling this thing to yourself over and over again.
Wait, you shouldn't put any sort of like monitor in front of me. 'Cause I just-
You just dance for it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be played out.
just hide me.
Yeah,
so I don't
we're
think-
thespians, John. We're gonna mug to the camera. If you put the camera on us.
thespians,
To
vampire
play us out.
thespians.
What does that mean? To play us out. What is? I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go. I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
When this big old world got you feeling down, you've lived here for years, still feel new in town. When the stress begins, just pop those earbuds in. Hanging out with John Jay, watch your troubles drifting away. Something planted in your ears, tears are in your eyes. You can't hear your doorbell ring, you can't hear your baby cry.